to the group chat for another episode of our Odds On edition, where we're going to preview the weekend of sport. We're going to look into where we think we can earn a little bit of money. We're going to have a look at what's on, what we've got, and we'll dive right into it. Phil, how you doing?
Bloody beautiful.
Do we need to touch on last week?
No.
Because for me, I think apart from, we're going to touch on the Cox Plate because that's here this weekend. In terms of the group chat multi, I'm not going to put any more horsies in that ever again. Too volatile for me. So, lesson learnt on that. I don't think we needed to look too much at last week, do we?
No. Apart from Man United getting up in that SGM hitting. Other than that, no.
Oh, yeah, and the old United to win from behind. Happy with that. The Black Caps cricket, New Zealand cricket double as well. Get in. Happy days. Couple good wins. Yeah. But yeah, we'll stick away from the horses in terms of a group chat multi. But there is plenty on. The NFL is kicking off in about an hour with the Rams taking on the Vikings. The NBA season got underway 2 days ago, I think. Bronny James got on the floor with his papa.
Talk about scripting.
Yeah. Hollywood couldn't write a better script, he said, so they're helping them out. And then we've got game one of the World Series as well. Yankees taking on the Dodgers. That kicks off today as well. But if we look more local, Phil, what have we got this weekend to look forward to?
It has to be the NPC final, doesn't it? Tomorrow afternoon.
Yep.
Lions and the Bop. Yes. Kiwis versus Kangaroos.
That's also there. That's on Sunday.
Kiwi woman versus Kangaroo woman as well.
Is that also on Sunday? As a bit of a build-up to it?
I think they might be different days.
Okay.
I have to double-check.
Yep. Are you going to be tuning into UFC 308 as well on Sunday? Sunday seems like a big day.
I thought you said local.
Wow.
UFC 308 is very much
not
Abu
local.
Dhabi.
That's a great call. I'm more thinking in terms of what we're going to be covering.
Right, yeah.
But
and yes, absolutely. Cool. 308 is absolutely insane. It's huge. Some very close fights will be had. And good to see Bobby Knuckles as well. I'm looking forward to his fight versus Chimaev. Hopefully Chimaev makes it to the fight night. We'll see.
We've also got the ABs taking on Japan. In Japan. How do you feel about that squad? That was named the heaviest All Blacks forward pack in history.
Really? Big boys.
Big fellas. I don't think it could get much heavier than that with the fellas we've got. So.
Yeah, it looks good. I like the bench a lot in particular. You know what else I like about benches this weekend? Hicka Elliott coming on for the Lions. What is he, 38 years old?
That's that hooker problem solved.
I love it. Hope to see him get a run out.
I saw a couple people not too happy about that online.
Of course.
Don't you need to play one NPC game to qualify for finals? Nah, you don't, but that should be the rule. How come he's allowed to come in and play? Yada, 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 yada. Anyway, it's not Dane Coles,
Elliott.
It's Hicka Elliott.
He's a legend, and he's 38 years old. What are you crying about?
Yeah, exactly. And Lenny Apasai getting cleared as well to play.
Yes.
That was big. So
see how long he lasts.
We've got the BCs in India. The White Ferns are also taking on India as well. But the Black Caps batted first overnight. Currently paying $550 to win the second game in India after being bowled out for 259. Rachin and Conway leading the charge once again. And my goodness, thank God we won the toss, because you would hate to be batting in that fourth innings, because that wicket's already turning square. So I don't mind $550 at a chance there. A little dabble. If we can, India 16 for 1, bowl them out, get a first innings lead, and then just go to town with spinners on day 4, day 5, and see if we can rip some through the gate and just cause havoc. Could be a good dabble at $550 for the Black Caps.
Huge.
If we go back to the Wellington Lions, they're paying $1.47 to win. We'll look at the Kiwis against Kangaroos, $3.70 to win. So there's some underdogs there we can back if we like. Are you going to be backing, as a betting man, Lions or Bay of Plenty? $1.47. I feel like it's not enough for you.
What's the line? You're correct.
4.5.
Yeah. 4.5's looking good for me.
Plus, minus?
Plus.
Bay of Plenty plus 4.5.
Mm.
It's going to be tough conditions down here, especially if this wind keeps up. I can't see many kicks going over.
Same for the Pacific Championship as well. And the women will play at 3:35 ahead of the men.
Ah, yes.
Kiwi Ferns and the Gillaroos.
The Gillaroos.
But yes, probably then look to that points line for Bay of Plenty.
Keep it tight.
But we'll see.
Okay. What else have we got? Obviously, a big weekend. I already mentioned the Cox Plate, the biggest weight for age race in Australasia, where the handicapping's out the window and we're just going to get the best horse. May the best horse win. We've got a promo on Betcha with Mr. Brightside. You back Mr. Brightside on the fixed odds up to $50, and if he doesn't win, you get your money back as bonus cash, which is mint.
Yeah, how good.
Throw some cash at him. Come second, third, last, it doesn't matter. You're going to get your money back as bonus cash. There is some international horses in the mix there as well. Prognosis is the favourite, but the likes of Pride of Jenny versus Stina, who J Mac is riding, going for a three-peat. They're all going to have something to say about it. And Broadsiding's only carrying 49.5 kgs compared to lots of the others in the race carrying about 57. So interesting odds on Broadsiding. I think he's paying about $6 to win the Cox Plate there. Which brings me to, we did a same race multi last week on the Everest. I don't know how you went. Mine was terrible because I wish I went in there and
yeah,
I wish I
didn't
win.
we all? Yeah,
so do you have something?
Unlucky.
Do you have a winner this week in the same race multi department for the Cox Plate?
No, same race multi for me consists of two top threes. You talked about Mr. Brightside for that promo.
Yep.
Prognosis, the current favourite.
Yep.
I like J Mac on Via Sistina.
See,
and something about Mr. Brightside up the top there. So both of them to go top three.
Via Sistina and Mr. Brightside.
Indeed.
Top threes.
It's a cheeky $4.85.
It's not bad.
Playing it somewhat safe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I like you, Via Sistina, but I've got Via Sistina to win. I think J Mac's going to complete the three-peat. Then I've got Broadsiding top three and Kovalicia top four, giving me a grand total of $44. Yeah, well, it can happen.
Can happen.
And
it's racing.
It is. So I'm just going to play that there. $44, a little dabble on it, maybe a $5.
Yeah, we'll dabble.
Get a little 200 in return, something like that. But that bet is already on my Betcha account. So if you like the sound of it,
nice,
go ahead, copy it. But should we get into our gut plays, our stat plays, and our hot streaks, Phil? What should we go for?
Absolutely, mate. Funnily enough as well, actually, that rugby league. 370 for the Kiwis and 310 for the Kiwi Ferns. So we're not favoured.
No.
But 11.5 line for the men.
Yep.
7.5 now for the women. That's been pushed out. It was 6.5. It's going to be potentially nice and wet in Christchurch. Maybe it's a battle of the forward packs there. Something to keep an eye on, those lines. Gut play, it has to be UFC 308. It has to be Bobby Knuckles.
Wee.
He takes on Chimaev. It's a 5-rounder, though. Chimaev obviously pulling out of his last fight with Bobby. Bobby knocking out the replacement. He's Kiwi born, isn't he? So
yeah, he's got the Australian stars on his chest, though.
Of course. He talks about, the respect for both countries and being a good role model for both countries.
Okay.
So he is proud. 13-0 comes up Chimaev, though. Not easy.
No. Well, Chimaev is a $1.40 favourite.
Indeed. Whitaker. I think paying $3.05 maybe at the moment.
Head to head?
Yeah.
Bang on the nose, $3.
So I really like this. The fact that it's 5 rounds, my gut is telling me Whittaker can get a knockout or he can win by points here.
Nice.
If he evades the early rounds, he's got strong takedown defense. If he can get it into the 3, 4, and 5, I reckon he's going to look good.
Okay. So you think he's taking it deep?
Oh,
if
yes.
he can take it deep, he's got every chance.
Oh, yes.
And at $3,
I think he'll play it smart. The gut says Bobby Knuckles at 308 in a 5-rounder. Come on, the Reaper. Come on.
Nice.
So,
cool.
It's not just the head-to-head. It is.
Oh, we're still going.
No, it's the KO TKO all points.
Oh, sheesh.
315, a little bit of extra.
Okay, a little bit of extra value on that.
Yeah.
Nice. So Robert Whittaker to win KO TKO all points.
By points.
Nice.
315.
Okay, well, my gut play may shock you a little bit here.
Oh. Arsenal to lose. Oh, couldn't agree with you more.
No, you're dead right. I've got Liverpool to win.
Oh,
yeah.
No way.
There's a bad feeling going into the Bournemouth game last week. No Saka, no Odegaard. Like I said in the podcast earlier, we could do without one of them. We can't do without both of them. And throw into that, we've got no Saliba. So it's really come at the worst time for Arsenal.
Indeed.
We've lost. We had a very mediocre Champions League performance. We won 1-0 thanks to an own goal.
Yeah.
Without those 3 players, I feel like we just looked a little bit lost. I'm not sure how Arteta's going to set us up. I can imagine we're just going to sit back and we're going to soak up a whole bunch of pressure and try to score on the counter. Martinelli's our quickest player, and he is probably our worst finisher. So, I don't see us having enough in this game to go out there and win it. I think if we get a draw, I'll be happy. But the Flying Dutchman, mate, you can't stop Liverpool at the moment. They're in red-hot form. They're not conceding goals. We talked about Salah being potentially a top 10 GOAT of the Prem. I've got Liverpool. As much as I can't go against the gut, but as much as I'm not liking the gut, Liverpool to win it. 285. Also underdogs. Arsenal are still favourites in this game, which is crazy. Is surprising me.
It must be that reverse fixture where Arsenal won 3-1 at home.
Yeah.
So is Saka a no-go for sure? Is he on the fence?
I don't know. I've taken all
I think that is a key point, whether he plays or not.
Yeah. If he plays, I'll take a draw. If he doesn't play, she shall be happy as with a draw.
Liverpool only conceded 3 goals so far this season.
Yeah.
Arsenal 8.
Yeah. So, I don't know. If we had our full team and our full firepower, I reckon we could put 2 past this Liverpool defense. But without it, I'm not sure.
Looking a bit thin.
It is. So, it's my gut play. Liverpool to win, $2.85.
All right.
Shock. Stat play.
Boom. We're going back to the United, the Red Devils. So last week was Man United Brentford.
Correct.
The 2.5, both teams to score, Brentford to score first. Man United against West Ham. West Ham just got battered.
They did 4-1.
By Tottenham. Battered.
Yeah.
We also won the reverse fixture against West Ham 3-0. But we have only won one of the last 3. Of those last 3 games, it's been goals to 0, which is kind of crazy. Therefore, I think Man United will win, and both teams will not score.
Clean sheet.
474. Clean sheet for Onana. We've been looking better defensively. The only reason Brentford scored last week was because De Ligt was pouring blood out of his head. Almost said a different word there. And, look. 1-1 with Fibonacci. Jose Mourinho's side managed to get an equaliser, but I think
that was this morning,
we can hold West Ham. It was this morning.
Yeah.
So, 474, Man United to win, both teams not to score.
Nice. So United to win to 0. Do you have a score prediction? You reckon it's going to be 1-0, 2-0, 3-0?
I don't, but I'm going to say 2-0 now.
2-0.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I'm going to stick with the Premier League, and you mentioned West Ham getting battered 4-1 by Tottenham. My stat play is Tottenham over 2.5 goals against Crystal Palace. Now, Crystal Palace have been one of the worst teams in the league. Potentially one of the unluckiest teams in the league.
Yep. Could definitely have a few more draws or wins to their name.
Yeah, but you can't
average.
argue the results. They've been one of the worst teams in the league. Absolutely. And Tottenham are playing some serious Ange ball at the moment.
Yep.
They've won 3 of 4 games at home this season. Yes, they're away, but I just wanted to note that down. And each of those wins, they've scored 3+ goals. And I do see Tottenham winning here. So Tottenham going to win. Every game they've won, 3 goals have been scored. 3+ goals. So we're going Tottenham, 3+ goals at $3.
Okay.
That's the play. Stat play.
I like it.
Nice and simple.
3 goals.
Don't overlook it. Palace stink. I'm really going betting against Arsenal with Liverpool, and then I'm betting on Tottenham. Not really sure. Bit of an odd week this week, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to pay the bills, you know?
Yep.
Hot streak.
I wonder what did you say that was paying?
Tottenham?
Yep.
$3.
Tottenham 3-0, $13.
Ooh.
But you didn't say goals to nil, in fairness.
Yeah, and so they've won 4-0 against Everton. They've won 3-1 against Brentford, 3-0 against United, and then 4-1 against West Ham. So all their wins consisting of 3 or more goals.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Crystal Palace at home, though. We'll see. Come on, is a score.
What about the old Spurs to win and to score 3+ goals for a little bit of extra value? I didn't even think about that. But what is that going to give us in a little SGM? I'll cook it up right now. Spurs to win. Goal markets. Tottenham over 2.5. We get $3.18. So if you want an extra 18 cents, throw Tottenham in to win as well.
Right. Hot streak. Silver Ferns.
Oh, nice. Go the girls.
Make it 3, please. $2.15.
They've really come in. Because I don't know what the odds were ahead of the first game. Kind of big. We win it comfortably.
I think 205 in the second game.
Is that what it closed at?
I think so.
Okay. So what are we now?
215.
Oh.
Yes. Away from home, though. I think that power play we were looking at came in as well.
Grace
the other day.
Over 95% shooting.
It was over 90%, and she got 92.2. Which reminds me, if I see something and I talk to you about it,
bet on it.
I need to do it then, because I will forget, and I did forget. But I watched the game, and she was just slotting goals.
Bro, boom, she just bullies people.
Boom, boom. And
straight up.
Ending up with that 92%. Yeah, they're looking good. And they're still underdogs. Game 3.
Yeah, we've won by a combined nearly 30 points. It was 64-50 in the first game?
Very similar result. Yes, yeah. On the money, 64-50 and 63-52. So, yeah.
Go the girls.
Hot streak. Yes, make it 3, please. Thank you.
Nice. And that's just the straight up head-to-head 215.
Straight up.
Rate it. My hot streak, sticking with the NFL, Jordan Love to throw 2+ passing touchdowns. He's on 11-game streak. He's going to make it 12 this week. The Packers are playing the Jags. Jags, they're not nothing special, nothing to write home about, but they're okay. Jordan Love, he's going to sling it. He's a gunslinger, and he's going to throw intercepts. And he's going to throw touchdowns. He threw 3 last week, alongside 2 intercepts, but he has hit this 2+ touchdowns 11 games on the trot.
Damn.
Let's go ahead and make it 12. J Love.
Wow.
Plus, he's my QB1 in my fantasy league. So, Jordan Love.
Side note.
Go get the job done. The odds aren't out for that yet. I'd say they're going to be around the $1.80 to $2 mark. But once they do come out, probably later today, once this is live, probably are out.
Yep.
If not tomorrow, then that bet will be going straight on. Cool. So recap there for me. Gut play, Liverpool to win, $2.85. Tottenham over 2.5 goals against Crystal Palace at $3. Jordan Love to have 2+ passing touchdowns. I'm feeling good about these 3. I might even multi them.
Oh. He sounds confident.
Yeah.
And as you should be. Even though you're betting against your own team, just saying.
Yeah, maybe multi-rescue in case Arsenal do get a draw. Alrighty. So, we've touched on Arsenal-Liverpool, but it is the main event of the weekend in terms of Premier League football. And it is the last
In terms
game.
of Premier League football, you are correct, yes.
It is the last game of the weekend as well. So all the other ones are curtain raisers up to the main event. Now, Ricardo and Alex up in Auckland, they're having a little dabble on the game. It looks like both of them are pretty shocked that Arsenal were favourites as well, just like us. Again, they've said underwhelming against Bournemouth. Disappointing result, their first loss of the season.
Yeah.
And then a very mediocre display in the Champions League. I believe that Alex is going for Liverpool to win and both teams to score. You're getting $5.
Wow.
Which is outrageous, I feel like. The only thing I feel about that, both teams to score, I touched on Arsenal's attack feeling a little bit depleted. I'm not sure where the creativity's coming from. Liverpool only conceding 3 goals, like you said. How do we feel about that?
Yeah, you're correct. I was thinking the same thing. Arsenal struggled against Bournemouth and that creative side, that creative element. Liverpool only conceding 3 goals. Who is scoring? Where is it coming from?
Yeah, which is interesting because Ricardo also likes both teams to score.
Indeed.
He has both teams to score and Mo Salah to be the goal scorer for Liverpool to add to his tally of 5 for the season. He's getting just under $4 for that.
Mo Salah running down the wing. Okay.
I guess it depends who steps up and plays in our wingback positions. Whether it's going to be... I think it sounds like Calafiore may partner in the centre pairing, but whether we go Kiwi or we go, I don't know, maybe Ben White or Zinchenko might have to slot back in. Timber, I don't know. It depends. Depends what Arteta goes for, but I feel like Salah could wreak some havoc down there.
Yeah.
Just not sure about the both teams to score, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's some decent odds there. $4, $5, both teams to score, Liverpool to win, or Mo Salah to score. You can take your pick there and back the boys up in Auckland if you'd like. A-League, haven't really touched on that, but Auckland FC are hosting Sydney FC. Back at home once again. What do you think the crowd up there will be like? They're going to sell out again?
How's the weather looking? I think that's a key factor.
Yeah,
and certainly down here, it's pretty shocking. Don't think we're going to see an NPC final sell out anytime soon.
No, sir.
So if the weather's looking like it is down here, I don't see a sellout happening. But it will be a good turnout. It will be.
I think they'll get out for game 2. The Port are going to show up. Auckland are underdogs at home, naturally. $2.85 against probably the favourite, Sydney FC. If you had a look into that game, do you know?
For me, it's all Auckland. Yeah. I think even Sydney FC had a midweek fixture, did they not?
Yeah.
So
they may have lost it as well. May have lost 2-1 to Shanghai Sharks, maybe.
Interesting. So there's a travel factor in that.
Yes.
There's a weather factor in that.
Yes.
And there's Auckland playing at home.
Yes.
So
plenty of travel for Sydney.
And as you say, Auckland underdogs.
You do like an underdog.
I do. It is the theme of the weekend for me as well. So, $2.85. Come on. Sydney who?
So, Sydney, I think, lost to... It wasn't the Shanghai Sharks. It was Hiroshima.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know what their team name is, but yeah, 20-hour round trip midweek, and then come in and play
It's a
Auckland.
factor.
Behind the fans.
Is Auckland an afterthought, maybe?
Could be, but I mean, the front attacking power Sydney have, Douglas Costa in the mix there.
Yep.
Pretty talented, I think. If I'm Auckland, a win, stoked.
Yep.
I'd be happy with a draw.
Yep.
And so you're on a win and a draw heading into round 3 of the Kiwi Classico. 4
Come
points,
on.
potentially ahead of Phoenix on the table going into week 3.
Phoenix need a win here.
They do.
They have to win against Perth Glory, who got absolutely battered by MacArthur, of all people.
Yeah.
Come on.
Alrighty, so let's get into it. Let's wrap things up with our group chat multi.
Boom.
See if we can hit one. Let's go get one. I'm starting with Wellington to win the NPC final.
Wow. Well, here comes the multi-rescue. Not valid. Hicker Elliott to score a hat-trick.
Off the bench.
Off the bench.
Have to live better.
Come on. What am I doing? I think for me, we have to look at one of the rugby league fixtures.
Nice.
One of the Kiwis. I think, the Kiwi lineup's got a bit of flack this week.
Mm.
I kind of like it. Yeah, we're weak in some areas. Yes, Kangaroos are stacked. Keanu Kenny at fullback. Izako. Will Warbrick on the wing. SJ's back.
He is.
Nickel Cockstad. The other 5'8". I don't know, man. James Fisher-Harris. Tapani Sorensen. It looks kind of fat. Nikarima off the bench. Nikore off the bench. Jordan Ricky off the bench. But then you look at Kangaroos bench and it's disgusting. Matt Burton, Mitch Barnett, Ruben Cotter, Hudson Young. Like, that is horrible.
Yeah.
So we won't be looking at that game.
Okay.
We will, however, be looking at the Wahines. The Kiwi Ferns, 310. As I said before, that plus 7.5 is quite nice, specifically if the weather is going to be as bad as they say it is.
Yep.
Maybe the Jillaroos can't be as expansive as they would like. And the Kiwi Ferns can make it a tough, gritty game.
Nice.
$1.90 Kiwi Ferns, 7.5.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Beauty.
I'm going to head over to the UFC on Sunday for my second leg.
Ooh.
And it is going to be the main event.
Oh.
I'm going either fighter to win by KO or TKO at 220. I think both of them have the knockout power. Ilya has promised he's going to point to the center of the ring.
First 10
in
seconds.
The first 10 seconds. And if Max wants him to take a step back, he's going to have to meet him in the middle. He's going to have to throw hands and knock him back.
Wow.
I don't know if he's going to do that. But if he does, and like you said, has 5 rounds, the only thing I think might get in the way of that is a submission from the champ. But Max has the BMF belt for a reason. Ilya's the champ for a reason.
Yep.
I'm hoping we're going to see some fireworks, and I'm hoping one of them ends up on the floor. I don't care who. I'd actually like to see Max win it, to be honest. But either fighter to win by KO or TKO, giving me 220 on there. That's my second leg.
That's going to be an insane fight. Like, it's such a hard pick.
Where are you leaning on that?
I did say the theme of the weekend was underdogs.
Nice.
Max Holloway.
Yeah.
Yes, recency bias, but it's a 5-rounder.
Yeah.
He's never been knocked out.
Nope.
Ever.
Nope.
Arguably never been knocked down. He's been knocked down one time, I would say, against Justin Gaethje, but apparently not. The judges were like, nah, that wasn't a knockdown. I go, that kind of was. Anyway, it's going to be a banger of a fight, and Max Holloway has that experience. He is the veteran. He is the underdog. He could drag Taporia to deep water for these 5 rounds.
Yep.
And you'll see him in those later rounds really come to show what's up. And that's when I think Taporia might start to panic and go, oh, this dude's actually relentless, and not being able to do and execute his game plan like he is expecting to.
Is that when he'll then try and take him to the ground and start playing up?
No, I think Taporia will want to start early. He'll want to try land some shots, get some combos, take him down to open up more shots, or alternatively a submission. He'll want to push Max Holloway up against the fence, and I think Max Holloway's not going to let him do that.
No.
So it is an insanely close fight. But I do think Taporia may just need to be the first person to knock Holloway out if he wants to win this one.
Yeah.
but we'll see.
So how are you feeling about that then? Either fighter, KO, TKO?
I don't think he's going to max. Max? I don't think he's going to knock Max out.
Okay. So you think if that's coming through, it's got to be a Max knockout?
Holloway in the later rounds, round 4 or 5 maybe.
Okay.
But it could happen. Topuria has insane powers. He's got a good hook.
Yeah.
But as we know, Holloway's it's never happened. It's just never happened. So that would do insane numbers for Topuria's status and his name and his reign if he does. So I don't mind it. It's exciting.
Yeah. I'm all about the excitement this week.
So what are we? 3 of the multi now? You need one from me?
I do. Just one more from you. Don't make it a horse. Versus Stina to win.
What can we do? You know what? I'm pretty confident about Auckland FC this weekend.
Yeah?
Against the Sydney. 285. That's value.
Let me throw that in the mix.
Roki Sakai, come on.
It's just straight up to win.
Straight up. No funny business.
Okay. 17 bones.
Wow.
And 51
wow.
mini bones.
Wow.
Multi-rescue.
Yes.
As always. The bet. Sydney FC to lose. Australian Gillaroos not to cover plus 7.5. Bay of Plenty not to win the NPC. And
likely.
The fight not to go the distance. And to end in a knockout.
Huge.
Heck of a multi.
Huge if true.
Heck of a multi.
Big.
Nice. Well, that's all I've got. Have you got anything else to add?
I don't think so.
Nice.
You should watch UFC 308 because it is stacked.
Yeah.
It is gross.
I've got a 50th on.
Oh, very nice.
Big UFC fan.
Oh, very nice.
So we're going to park up on the Sunday, and the 50th is going to be surrounded by the UFC.
Is that to say the 50th is on Saturday night and will continue until 7 a.m. Sunday morning?
60th on Saturday night, rolling into the 50th on Sunday morning.
Right, okay.
Got a big weekend ahead.
Wow.
Potentially a cricket semi-final, but I don't know if we're going to play any sport this weekend with the weather rolling in. Don't think we're going to get out for any golf.
No.
Don't think I'm going to get out for any pickleball. I think it's going to be a day where you or a weekend where you shut the curtains.
Yep.
You light a candle.
Yep.
And you watch sport all weekend. And it's a long weekend, so we're going to watch sport on Monday too.
It's a great Sunday. This weekend.
Yep.
AFC, Pacific Championship, UFC. Kiwis 370. I don't know. Is that worth a splash?
Well,
unlikely.
If you're talking to me about it, I'm going to remind you once we get out of the studio.
Yep.
We'll see. We shall see.
All right.
Alrighty. Good luck for the weekend if you're having a dabble. If you do want to copy Phil or myself's bets, make sure you check out the Bet Social profile. Get amongst the Mr. Brightside promo as well. $50 bonus cash. Up to 50 if Mr. Brightside can't get the job done in the Cox Plate. Then, yeah. Enjoy. Hunker down if you're in Wellington. And we'll see you next week. Cheers.